Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us on this Monday morning, getting ready for the week before Thanksgiving. So all kinds of exciting things, and don't wait till the last minute to do some shopping stuff because it's going to all come at one time. So first of all, before we get started, let's take a look at our weather today, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning Group, Pollard and hardworking group up there. We got the bad weather's out of here. We got some rain hanging around, but high today is going to be 69, low 56. The temperature to be comfortable. Water temperature at the end of the pier is 73, and like I said on Friday's fishing forecast, the mullet are headed out. So they're going to be, it's going to be amazing what they're all fattened up now and are healthy and taste so good. Our tide chart, let's do the Monday moon forecast brought to us by Mountain Dew. We're looking, we got a new moon next, we're waning right now. We had a beautiful full moon last Thursday night. The new moon will be next Wednesday. The new moon will be starting, so we're waning on that for about a week. So that new moon is very important in the outdoor activities. Okay, and the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good tide today. We're looking at a low tide at 11:20 this morning. We're about in the middle of the day. It'll be coming in till about 12:30 tonight, and after midnight it'll be coming in. So that'll be good tide. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome, and guess who's back? Travis is back. Listen, we just ran out of time on Friday's show because we wanted to show you some of our shop stuff, and we just ran out of time. I had to do the fishing forecast, and also asked Travis to come back for the Monday show. And he's retired military; he has all his free time.
Exactly.
And plus, he has several more war stories to tell us from Veterans Day. But we've run out of time. But I really did. I feel I'm very sincere in our shop effort and the job he does and the things that we try to provide for you, our loyal viewing audience. And so let's go over just some of the stuff. This is Christmas ideas, folks. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till Thanksgiving by. You can start ordering this stuff online or get with Travis. So Travis, go with it.
Okay. All right. We have the short sleeve shirts. I
love that shirt. Those two shirts.
Here's the back of it. We have this nice blue color. We got a pink.
I'm gonna hold the pink up. You ladies always ask about the pink color. The little girls and all.
Yellow.
Okay.
And brown. And we also have, that's the short sleeves shirts. And then the long sleeves, we have the yellow. I'm wearing the yellow. And we have a gray, heather it's called. It's a really nice color there. Get a lot of sales on this shirt.
That's one of the most popular ones, isn't it?
Yeah. We do really well on that one. And then we also have brown.
Okay.
And then we have the hoodies, which are on sale. Regular $45, marked down to $35 while supplies last.
I've mentioned that on Friday, so I'm gonna get a couple of those. You can't find a hoodie for that kind of price, especially one that's got a logo on. Diane Boyce, I know you watch the show. You've been asking how to get this stuff, and here it is right here, Diane. So let's put that right there. All right, keep going.
Okay, and then we have our decals. This may not show up real well, but this is a white decal, and then this is our color decal. They're on sale till the end of the year. Regular $7. There you go. Yep. Regular $7, marked down to $5. We have our hats, Realtree, camouflage, gray, and brown. We've got some more of the camouflage on order, so we're temporarily out of those.
Yeah,
but they're going to should be here a week or so.
Yeah, should be here anytime, hopefully.
Anytime.
You know, shipping is now.
All right. Here's the mug. You've probably seen it on the show, but anyway, we're getting out of the mug business, so while quantities last, be sure to come, grab one. Collector's items coming up for sure.
All right, and then our fishing lures.
Right, and we have Mr. Mike Edwards. He hand makes every one of these fishing lures.
Slide them over here. There you go. And handmade.
And, he carves them, hollers them out, puts a little BB inside so they make a little noise to attract the fish when they hit the water. And he hand paints every one of them, installs all the hooks and bits and pieces himself. Then he tunes each one. So he actually tests each one out, make sure it swims right, and adjust this fin and just that, just to make sure it's got the right action. And these do work, okay?
And what, you've seen the video, I've been to his house, I've known Mike Edwards a long time, and he takes so much pride in this. You don't see this across America where people take this kind of time to do this kind of fishing lure. And to me, they're collector's items. He gets mad at me for not fishing with them, but I just got a little collection, Mike Edwards collection here.
Right,
but they work, and they work on redfish. And I'm just very proud.
And freshwater.
And like I say, these are special. So you want some stocking stuffers and all, I'd get on with these.
Okay, and that's pretty much it. We're toying with the idea, probably will, but we're looking at having announcing a sale, Christmas sale. We don't have the date worked out yet, but we'll be announcing that soon.
Okay, and like I say, they can call you or they can order online, and that's the flexibility of it. We don't have a storefront, but he's gracious enough to keep, he's got a big shelf in his garage and all. He got everything lined up and in order and so organized. And we're not making a lot of money off of this, but it's just a service to you, our viewers.
No, we give away a lot of stuff, and so it's more to get the word out about Panhandle Outdoors and being an outdoors person, and just spread the word.
So this is some great Christmas ideas. We're only going to do one segment on it. He's going to leave after this. We're going to let him go, but we got some other show stuff coming up. But again, I just want to encourage you to get some of this stuff, and especially these hoodies. I wear mine a lot. It's just they're so comfortable. You're just comfortable in a tree stand and keep where that heat leaves up here, so you just keep that heat in there.
Oh yeah.
And I know you took your trip over in England, and you had a lot of Panhandle Outdoor stuff on.
Yeah. I lost my hat over there, though.
You did?
Yeah. I was walking through London, going through the underground, the subway, and a big wind came through one of the tunnels and blew my hat off onto the other side of the track. And I just looked at it because you couldn't climb down and cross the track.
That's funny. Well, we could probably say some Englishman over there has a Panhandle Outdoors.
Yeah, I went back and checked, and they said, no, we didn't get a hat. So somebody got them a hat. I know. They
can even look us online. What is this right here? So
Right.
Well, Travis, thank you for coming back on, and thank you for doing this as a service to our viewers. We appreciate you. And
okay, glad to do it.
And you got some trips coming up. You're going to see your dad pretty soon?
Yeah, I'm going to see my dad next week, actually later this week, and then just another camping trip the end of December. So no rest for the weary.
Okay, buddy.
Enjoy it all.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Appreciate Travis taking care of our Panhandle Outdoor shop. Now let's get into some pictures. A lot of these that came in last week, we had some special guests. We didn't get a chance to show all of our pictures, so let's try to get caught up on them. And I try to make a good little collection of just various things that go on. And I try to throw in some funny ones every now and then. To me, they're funny. Like this one right here. It's not funny, but it is so true. Check it out. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had everything ready. Except for the TV, okay? Technology, we got to be okay, here we go. 2 things to help you be happy. Turn off the news, number 1, and go fishing. Is that not true, especially this day and time? Okay, let's get in this picture here. This is Travis Smith. He sent this to Chip. Travis and Chip graduated together. There's a group of those boys go up to Ohio every year, and old high school buddies, and Travis, did he get a monster up there? Travis Smith. Good job, Travis. That is a fine one. Clay Patrick sent this, posted this last week. This is what's going on up in Jackson County, winding down last week on the peanut picking. And you can see this is a huge business up there in Jackson County. You can see, let me get back here to it, right here. Here's a picture I'm looking for. But is that not a good panoramic picture of what's going on? The field, it was dry. Remember how dry it was this past couple of weeks? So we got it going there. And look at all those peanuts being picked right there. That's a huge business, and a lot of families make a good living off that hard work. Good farm families. Okay, my buddy Wally Barefoot, one of my former students, who was a big outdoorsman. His wife posted this. He was up there up north and got, look at that, with his bow. That's a great job, Wally Barefoot. Thank you, Kelly. Jim Blythe, he sent this to me, Living the Dream. And is that not a good-looking fish? Jim, you really, I mean, that is a fine fish right there. You are living a dream. Look how low last week, look at the bank at the stumps and all, how low the river was coming right there. Good one. Okay. All right, here we go. Nothing makes a fish bigger than almost being caught. They're unbelievably big. Jimmy Peacock posted a couple of pictures of Lake Alice, and that's something we would take for granted what a beauty Lake Alice is downtown Weewall. And folks have built around it, but the beauty, they kept the beauty of it. They don't, it's just, it's a beautiful lake. The city owns that section right there, and look at those big trees. You think they could tell some stories if those trees could talk? Okay, when you hunted all day with no luck and ate 4 honey buns and oatmeal cream pie. Some of y'all can identify with that, okay? Now listen, this is Gerald. Gerald has been watching the show for a long time, retired Air Force, and lives down here. He loves to fish, and he'll touch base with me every now and then. He said, hey Winston, this is Gerald. Haven't talked to you in a while. November fishing has been great. 3 limits on pompano, 2 permit, and more than 10 reds and a large blue. So I've got a series of pictures here. Check this out. He has sent some fine pictures in the past. He is a good fisherman. Look at there. And look at the beach behind him. You see that rod set up? You see anybody out there? That's the beauty of surf fishing before anybody gets out of here and gets out on the beach. Here's some redfish he caught, and he released both of these. And then got a blue right here. Good job, Gerald. And let's show one more. This is a great picture because it shows the difference between a permit as a 20-inch permit and a 20-inch pompano. Pompano is up top. It's going to have more yellowish on them and the different size. Look at the head, the different size head. But now the body size and the dorsal fin, you can see the difference. I've never eaten a permit. People ask me about them. I would assume they would taste the same as a permit would taste the same as a pompano. That's a great picture there telling the difference. I go by the color a lot in that dorsal fin. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the next segment when we come back. One of the things when fishing for those pompano, those permit, they run together. There's been more permit caught this past year, and I told some people the other day, this has been one of the best years, I've mentioned it to y'all too, on catching pompano in the surf. And again, I don't know if it's because more people are doing it, and it's becoming more popular now, so the permit catch has been larger. So has the surf fishing for the redfish. It's all been in there. But if you remember the picture I showed last week of Richard Scoop Jackson catching that big red, and like I said, Scoop has fished his whole life, caught the biggest redfish he's ever caught this past week. So it's been really, I would maybe want to use the word phenomenal, but it's been really good. But the difference, a lot of people, especially people coming down, they catch a permit and think it's a pompano. The west end of our viewing area, over there towards Santa Rosa Beach and those areas there, has just been on fire. I was checking with some fishermen that fish there pretty regularly. Brockmeyer, this past weekend, before the storm, on Wednesday and Thursday, he made some posts about he was just still wearing out the pompano with his little surf fishing guide service. So it's been really, really good. I just wanted to, it's sort of right now, it's sort of stormy and the surf's up, but it's going to be better. Let's take a break. We're going to be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 3:17 to 5:17 this morning, just wrapping it up, and then this afternoon 3:41 to 5:41. And speaking of buying Christmas stuff and all, Blue Water Outriggers has a huge selection. It's amazing that if you haven't been in that store, just a replica of these really large chain stores, but it's all local, and what a great selection for everyone in the family, from little kids to husband and wives to grandparents and all in between. It's just a great selection of clothing and fishing and outdoor stuff. Now, I do want to mention coming up this Thursday is the First Baptist right here, the First Baptist Wild Game Cookout. It's going to be started at 5:30. The speaker at 7. Great speaker there, and looking forward to the fun and fellowship that we're going to have. And they gave me some tickets to give away. And again, just call me and I'll take your name down and I'll meet you there a few minutes early. Like we'll do that at Highland Park, and I just pass it. You know, I have your names on there. So if you want some free tickets, 2 or 3 apiece, and I've got a little stack of tickets to give y'all. Okay, now getting back to some interesting things that's happened here in Panhandle the last week or two. I don't know if you saw this shark bite. Everyone was talking about. In fact, Chip sent it to me. He actually sent it to me before it was released, and everybody was saying, and he didn't know what he didn't know the details, so he didn't say anything. But everybody was saying, shark attack, shark attack. So I started checking on it, and it's interesting. Here's a story. Basically, it was Sand Shark Charter, so they actually put a story on here, and I won't go into all the details. They caught 2 fish, and this is a charter group that actually catches sharks and releases them. So this is, like he said, not our first rodeo. I've shown some of the pictures before. So what happened, it said it turned out a wave. He was trying to release a sandbar shark, hit a wave, and it hit the shark and him. The wave hit both of them, and he trying to push it off. He got bit. And he's done this hundreds of times, and so he talked about the details. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the picture. So here they are. It takes a group of them, and a wave hit unexpectedly. And if you've done any kind of fishing in the surf and being in the surf, you just know these waves can be unexpected. All right, so here we got a group of them, and that's what they do. They charter this out. They catch a big shark, and everybody gets a picture taken on the shark, and that's great. Everybody's happy. Even the shark's happy because they're going to release the shark. Okay, so everybody's happy until, boom. Now you might not want to see this. That shark, this is his leg here. This is, we wanted to show this. I know it's graphic, but this is damage. This is just a small, they wasn't a huge shark, but they just caught him at the right place, and just, you can see what it did. It just sliced his leg up. Now, they were able to get it sewn up, and he's doing fine, everything's fine. But what I was going to tell you, they're right there on the beach. They were able to immediately call 911. They got the EMTs down there, and they took care of him right away. And everybody was, it was done right as far as taking care of him. That was a pure accident, and we've all done that. But I know if you've been around sharks, you can grab the tail, and they're so strong and so quick, even if you're holding on to them. And if you ever flew one, even these little ones that we catch, you try to steer, when you try to, you don't put anything close to the mouth, because what happens, they can turn around so fast too. And that's, so you can imagine, that's a small shark, some of these larger shark bites that is happening also. It's, so I want to share that with you, and just always be careful. But that's a good group of folks that catch them. They tag some of those sharks and keep up with them and track them and all, so fun thing. All right, let's move on to something else. We're talking about in the fall, acorns will fall all over the place, and I have a big tree in my yard, and I just I get a kick out of it. In the other afternoon, I was just trying to blow the acorns off the driveway, and I'm just seeing all these acorns and all, and there's thousands of them, and I was wondering how many of those acorns actually make an oak tree. I was curious, so I went inside that night, and I kept on my mind so I looked up. I Googled it up, so I found this right here on Google. Okay, here it is right here. Only 1 in 10,000 acorns grows into a tree. And even those won't sprout unless we get average rainfall in January through March. And so it's and again, another 1 in 10,000. So if anybody asks you that question, that's a good trivia question. How many acorns actually make a tree? Keeping that water on them in wintertime, that's a good time too. So I've tried to grow some, but and then land in the yard, we mow them down. So anyway, it's cool out in the woods and all. Quick story on flounder. Like I said, the flounder was closed here. have a good friend, Lester, was telling me a story. Lester from Mobile, Alabama. He grew up fishing in Mobile Bay. Well, we always tell him outdoor fishing stories because he loves to fish and all. He still has a brother lives over in Mobile Bay and a cousin. He said they went out the other night. It's not closed in Mobile Bay in Alabama. And he said they're outdoorsmen their whole life and all, and it didn't take them long to get their limit. They know exactly where to go, and the limit of 5 apiece. And he said they were gigging along, and one doing this and put them in the ice chest, and they'd thrown one on the floor of the boat and had forgotten it there. He said it'd never get checked, but when they got back, they got their 5 apiece, had 10 in the ice chest, and when they got back to the boat ramp, the man was there. 2 young officers, and they said, sure, check us and all. They counted 10 flounder in the ice chest, and they said, what about this one over here on the floor? And they said, oh no. So they were one over the limit, and they flat out didn't know it. And the young officers they wrote them a warning ticket, which they should have, but they didn't write them a ticket for breaking the law. So I thought that was a really good. A lot of times these young officers are coming straight out of the academy, and they're taught to write up and all. But I thought the discernment these officers showed over there in Mobile Bay was good, and because it really caught them by surprise. So my lesson in this story is if you throw one of those flounder on the floor back behind the ice chest, don't forget to put it in the ice chest for your count. So that was a good story, and it ended up fine. So anyway, we've got to run out of time. We've got some good guests coming the rest of this week, some good video. So we appreciate you watching. You have a great Monday. Do something good for your fellow man today. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.